taksi lagi dan taksi lagi. Kita kagak ada. Dan taksi lagi, ada taksi lagi. It's like your place.
What?
The boss is a bit lazy. It's easy to compare because the white rice maximum only 70 centimeter in it. But the stick is brown one. Dry for 2-3 days before I have the machine for open the skin of the rice. This is the rice. Not like in Japan. In Japan you have
Yeah, machine.
this is the blending You want dry sweet? Like this.
Too scary.
coffee plantation. Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's tell you about the coffee plantation here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can try some tea and coffee here.
Okay.
Coffee tree like Arabica and Robusta. You can see this is the Arabica. Yeah, Arabica, the lip small and the bigger bean. And then this is the Robusta. Robusta, the lip is bigger but the small the bean. And then it is different. The Robusta strong taste and high caffeine. Arabica, the less strong and low caffeine. This is coffee bean. Yeah, but this is the still young. The green is the still young. We must waiting like a skin, the red color. That is the ready. We must do. And then we grow cacao. Our coffee, the chocolate coffee here. Mocha. That's you we use for tea. Yeah, because in Bali we don't have tea leaf like in Java, but we have the spices to make the tea, like lemongrass, ginger, or the turmeric. We have the avocado coffee here. Yeah, they get unique taste because we take it the young of the avocado, we dry, and then we make it powder. We blend with the coffee. What is the hibiscus? Yes, the flower here we use the tea. The taste is a little bit sour, but there's not a benefit. You can see that and diabetes. And then the lavender we use for body scrub or body wash. And for the massage vanilla smoke. This is the vanilla plant, but this doesn't smell because there's still young. For the vanilla, the first we must waiting like a flower. After flower, we do like pollination. After that, it's something like a bean. Yeah, the bean we take it, we dry, and then we mix with coffee like vanilla coffee. Yeah, Japanese the family of the cat, but it tastes similar like a raccoon. Actually, the animal are nocturnal animal that during the day and active in the night. And when the animal they wake up, then usually the best quality of the coffee on the Arabica and the best with the process of coffee is very expensive. Wash with the hot water and cool water and totally clean. And then here we have the two type of coffee bean, like male bean, female bean. This is male, only one. Female, flat bean. That's flat bean like this. They look bigger because coming together. Because in the one coffee tree you can find 20% of the male and then the 80% of the female. And then this is another skin. Open skin like this to find the bean inside. That's the skin. That's coffee bean. So we peel, we dry again, and then we roasting to get the dark color and very good smell. Male single bean. That's we call pea berry. And then you can compare with the female double bean. Color like that color. Male. After roasting, here part is like this. To grind. Yes, this is the process like traditional way. We use that machine. Nice, easy, right? We use machine, yeah. And this is the last process. We must filter, making powder. This is the normal coffee. Right now we have the welcome drink for you. That's like the end coffee.
This is we call like the offering. I think you can see everywhere around Bali. I have the two time in the morning and evening. I have also in my car before I come to you. I have my house, temple, car, that's what I say. Keep the same. And I put some stickers. In Bali is different than India. Because Hindu is generally don't have like a temple like this. You just buy just at home. But when I'm traveling, I go to the temple. This is the temple not big, but unique because of the Holy Spirit. This temple is not so big, but very, very important for the Hindu. Sometimes a lot of people come here with on full moon and dark moon for the purification. Purification, starting from the second one. Because one by one is like a different meaning of the water. Yeah, and special of the two, the statue, different statue of that water. Before the cremation ceremony. When the one we have the cremation ceremony, 1 day before cremation, I must come here to have two of the water. I have the big difference between Balinese and Indonesia. Yeah. This is the Balinese alphabet. This is the name of this temple. The name is Tirta Empul Temple. Tirta means like the water, Empul means holy, like the holy water temple.